Yeah, look, if I hit share content, what happens? Yeah.
I just got on. Are we at a certain spot?
Everybody's jumping on. Eric, can you hear us?
I'm here. Can you guys? I'm just practicing sharing my screen, getting the URL in here just in case.
Okay, perfect.
While we get set up here. Haha, see that?
I do.
Now let me just see if I can. Oh, but it's not Safari, so it doesn't remember my password. Okay, great. It's okay. We'll do this now so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Ah,
I hate when that happens.
you guys have my password if you're really quick. Try one more time.
We can hide our eyes and you can reset it.
It doesn't, this is to a test account. That's not a real account anyways. It keeps dropping my keyboard. How annoying is that? Okay. For those of you guys coming on thinking that I'm just some sort of total tech loser, I actually don't have internet in my house. And so we are doing this right now, like old school on my phone. Come on, give me the keyboard back. I'm not done with you. Ah, good. Okay, that's in. So the good news is we can do it all mobile if we have to.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll keep trying on my computer to get on as soon as we can. Okay, so Peggy, I will let you decide when you want to get going. I know you probably want to give a couple minutes for people to get on.
Yes. People are jumping on.
Looks like people are getting on now. We'll have some fun.
I'm like on the phone. Should I be on the computer?
Well, we're assuming, yes, I'm going to show you screens for sure. You can do a couple of things if you're on your phone. Is you can download the Zoom app and you can be on via video if you want to do it that way.
Okay. What do I download?
You just go to the App Store and look up Zoom, Z-O-O-M.
Okay.
And then if you once you get it and you open it, you can put in the meeting number, which is on that original link that you got, wherever she posted it, and you can enter it that way if you want to see us. We're recording now, huh? Okay.
Eric, how long have you been with Teamzy?
I'm the founder of Teamzy.
Oh, wow. So were you in a direct sales company and that's why you decided to do it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, if you want, Do you want me to go ahead and start? Or do you
Uh,
want to mute people?
okay, so can we mute all except you?
Yep. Everyone's muted now. Okay. Everyone's muted. So now if you want to speak, just unmute yourself, which is cool. I don't mind that at all. But everybody's muted to start. Okay. Well, it's 6:05. Shall I go ahead and launch in? Peggy, do you want to say anything before we start? Or
Unmute my audio. Okay. Hi, guys. Thanks for jumping on tonight. I know several of you are running a couple minutes behind, but that's okay because I am recording it. And I really appreciate Eric's time of taking his time to share with us. I feel like this app is going to be, or this program is going to be amazing for all of us to be able to grow our businesses and keep track of our activity, which, as we all know, income producing activities is, and follow up is key. So I'm going to turn it over to Eric, and hopefully we'll all learn a lot. And I've already paid for my subscription for the year because I feel that it has great value. And he's going to share with you the trial and also the yearly as well.
thank you. Stacia Weatherton, you have accidentally shared your screen with all of us. Will you click the little box that says stop share on your screen? You got busted. Perfect. Okay, well, thank you so much for having me, you guys. I'm super excited to be here. I'm actually the founder and CEO of Teamzy, and we've just been so booked up on team calls that I've been drafted, but I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight. What I'm gonna do is, and for those of you guys who are joining, I actually am having a technical issue here where I have no internet, so I'm talking to you guys on my phone, but thank goodness we live in an age when I can pretty much do it on my phone. So there may be a few bumps here and there in the presentation, but we're gonna just soldier on. And if I do get it on my computer, I'll pause for a second and bring it up on a larger screen for you guys. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you through a training on the philosophy that underpins Teamzy. So some of you guys may be using it. Some of you may not even know what it is yet. You just think maybe it's a tracking app or something like that. But I want you to know that it's basically a system built upon a philosophy that's called relationship marketing. I'm gonna take you guys through that philosophy first. So make sure you have pens and paper ready. I'm gonna give you a bunch of great content. Then I'm gonna take you into Teamzy. I'll show you how easy it is to set up. Hopefully I'll have my computer by then. And I'll show you guys how to crush your power hour. I'll show you how to follow up like a pro. If for some reason I have to stay on my phone the whole time, we may change the demo of Teamzy a little bit. I'll show you how the mobile pages work because we'll be on the mobile website. It'll look a little bit different. But either way, we'll pack it with tons of value for you guys. So I have a presentation that you can't see, but I'll still walk you guys through it. A little bit of background about my story is my professional career has been as a business coach. I've been a business coach my whole grown-up life, helping people build their business, become more successful in their business. The main area that I focused in was in the real estate and mortgage industries, those professionals, helping them build their business. Part of that trajectory, I developed tools, lead generation tools, software and systems. First systems like notebook systems and spreadsheet systems like a lot of you guys probably use. And then eventually we created software which enabled people to really leverage their time so they could be like 1,000 times more efficient in like 1,000th of the time. Does that make sense? And so for me personally, my story is when I got into network marketing, I was super excited about the opportunity. And so I started looking for the tools. And I had already made relationships with people who were, 7-figure earners. And I was like, what tools are you using? And there weren't tools. It like blew my mind that people built these amazing businesses on notebooks and spreadsheets. They're amazing people. But we all need stuff to make our lives easier, right? And things that we can duplicate easier. So that's why we built Teamzy. It was just straight up out of the need for it. And then it's just like taken off. Okay, but let's just jump into the relationship marketing. The topic that I want to talk to you guys tonight is how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. Okay, and we're going to show you guys how to do it, how to be the relationship king and queen in like 30 minutes a day. So first off, what is relationship marketing? what is relationship marketing? It's kind of a buzzword that you hear people saying, and I'm going to give you my definition. Very simply, relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. What do I mean by that? That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. And that's what we're after, right? We want to initiate that kind of inquiry. We want to get people interested in what we're doing. So before I even get deeper into this, I want to give you guys a principle that is kind of a mindset shift right here at the beginning of our talk. And that's this: you are in the lead generation business. That's your business. Your business is lead generation. And you can get very busy in your day. And you can be so busy and not actually do any work to build your business. Right? Anyone ever have one of those days where you're like, what did I do all day? I was running around like my hair on fire all day and I didn't do anything. Here's the definition of whether or not you worked on your business today. Did you do activities that help generate leads? Because remember, our business is lead generation. Okay. So, but here's the cool thing about that is you're in the lead generation business, but the primary duty as a business owner, here's your next principle, is developing and deepening relationships. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So what do I mean by generating a lead? I'm just going to go back to that lead generation thing. I mean meeting new people, adding new people to your list. And we'll show you guys that adding people to your list in Teamzy on a daily basis is one of your, I love you guys. I love RF because it's like income producing activities. Makes me think of beer, IPAs. I love craft beer. Anyways, it's your income producing activity, right? Adding people to your list. Because Teamzy is going to teach you how to work the people on your list in such a way that you're deepening those relationships. So just getting them on your list is actually a lead generated. Because over time, we're going to develop those people. And so that's the concept, is that we take relationships and over time we develop them into advocates. We develop them into advocates. So an advocate, you guys are already advocates for lots of products and companies. These are people who love what you're doing and they bring more people to your business. Those are advocates. All right. So here's another important principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. So I love this because are there people in this industry that are not good people? Yeah, there are. But the best system out there, relationship marketing, it doesn't work for jerks. Hey, that kind of rhymes. I need to make that a hashtag and probably trademark that. It doesn't work for jerks. It depends on trust. Only trustworthy people are going to have a fun and successful relationship-based business. Okay? Trust makes the work so much fun. Because when people trust you, even just a little bit, guys, you don't have to convince them of anything. You don't have to sell them anything. You get right to helping them. And one of the things that's awesome is that when people come by way of a recommendation from somebody that trusts you already, they come already with some trust, even when they haven't even met you yet, which is so awesome. Also, that trust takes away that icky salesperson feeling. How many of you guys are just paranoid about being perceived as the icky salesperson? If you guys ever watched that movie, Groundhog Day, you guys ever seen that movie, Groundhog Day? Ned Ryerson, the insurance salesman, you know, that's what people think of when they think of network marketing. We don't want to be the icky salesperson. But when we develop trust, we don't have to worry about that. And then also, my favorite part about trust is you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Have you guys gone for no? Do you know what I mean by that? Have you guys gone for no? The whole concept, and this is really popular. It's really popular in all kinds of different networks, but I know a lot of RF teams do it too. The idea that you go for no's. You're just gonna like reach out, and don't worry about rejections. In fact, we're gonna compare how many rejections we get because it's getting us closer to a yes. And I know that strategy can be successful, but I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I want to run and hide from that. That makes me so like yucky feeling. And I think the problem is that I'm a big wimp and I hate being rejected. How many of you guys hate rejection? Honest, let's just be honest. Okay, it's great. Now here's what I want you to know. If you focus on building trust, you really don't have to ever really experience rejection. And the cool thing about this system, relationship marketing, is because we're constantly investing in people, it's super fun for us, and we're not leaving dead bodies behind us. The list of no's that we bring into our upline, we're not leaving those behind, because every person is just on a different spot on kind of our relationship conveyor belt. Does that make sense? All right, let me just keep going because I can get caught up on a point and get really excited about it. I've actually had people created a hashtag on some of my videos and stuff. It's called passion tangent, hashtag passion tangent. I go off on them a lot, sorry. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is how do you actually build trust? There's actually ways you can do it, systems you can follow, right? So there's 4 essential ingredients to building trust. 4 essential ingredients to building trust. And I'm really sorry you guys aren't seeing my slides. Hopefully that you, hopefully you can get them down as we go. The first one, I'll go through them real quick so you can write them down and then I'll define them. The first one is chemistry. Chemistry. The second one is character. Character. The third is competence. Competence. And finally, consistency is the 4th one. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. You don't even know what I went through to get them all to start with C. Took about a year of doing this presentation. All right, let's go through these. The first one, chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. It's where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, and the way you find common ground is you ask questions and then close your mouth, right? I mean, how many of you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys are parents, how often do you tell your kids, the Lord gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? We need to remember that too. And I've heard lots of people also say, you know, be interested instead of being interesting, right? But we just need to find chemistry. The cool thing about this is we have chemistry with every human being. We just have to find it. Okay, the next one is character. Character. Now I'm going to give you my definition of character. And I think it's really important that you guys get it down exactly how I say it. Are you ready? Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Please notice that character is not something you just have. How many of you guys have ever felt like somebody was questioning your integrity and it really ticked you off, right? Here's the thing I want you to know. Character is something you do. It's something you do. You have to show people your character. They don't know your character unless you're demonstrating it. It's kind of like love. Love's not something you feel. Love's something you do. It's an action. It's a verb. Does that make sense? So is character. Character is so important. Guys, every time you talk to somebody, in person, online, on social media, every time you post on social media, it's about your character. Am I showing them the people, my audience, am I showing them that I care for them? Or is this about me? And it can be about you. You need to tell your story, but you need to tell your story always in a way that's about them and how it helps them and how it benefits them. So always think about demonstrating your character constantly. This is how you develop trust. The third one is competence. Competence. Competence is when you demonstrate that you are good at what you do and you are a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate that you are good at what you do and you are a business person. Again, and everybody you're talking to probably already knows that Redan & Field's products are the bomb, right? I mean, it's kind of known. The question now is, are you the person who can mentor me in this business? Can I trust you to mentor me in this business? Have you demonstrated to me how competent you are, that you're good at what you do? And here's the thing, here's my encouragement for you guys that are new. Please do not fake it. Remember, this is based on trust. The fake it till you make it thing does not work on relationship marketing. You have to be real. but you demonstrate the competence of your team. You demonstrate the competence of your upline. Until you have it yourself, you show them you're joining something. It's bigger than me. It's amazing. The resources, the training, the support that we have. Does that make sense? Okay, so chemistry, character, competence. Before I move on to the fourth one, I want to leave you guys with an important principle. And this is a principle you'll look at it and go, oh, that's where he got all that content. This is an age-old principle. A lot of you guys have heard it. When somebody is thinking about doing business with you, there's only 3 things they care about. There's only 3 things that they ever care about, and this is it. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? And here's the thing, guys. Out of those kind of heartfelt emotions come all objections. Any objection you ever get from somebody, it stems from one of these or all of these. Now, does that mean, you're not a pro and aren't ready to overcome objections? Of course not. You need to be ready to overcome objections, but you also need to understand when you're getting an objection, it's kind of a signal to you that you need to invest more in this relationship. That if you want this to be a customer or a consultant that sticks with you long term, you need to be able to get your relationship to a place that those 3 questions, can I trust you, you care about me, and you're good at what you do, are answered and feel good for them. Does that make sense? Okay. Because if you just overcome an objection and move on, don't be surprised when they leave soon after. Okay. I'm like advancing my slides like you guys can see them. This is so funny. I'm so used to doing this. The fourth one is consistency. Consistency. Let me just double check that I don't have internet yet. Nope, I don't. Okay, that's fine. So consistency is the most important. You guys already know this, right? Consistency is the thing that really matters. And that sucks. Doesn't that suck? It's so hard to be consistent. It's so hard to be consistent at anything good. It's easy to be consistently bad at things, right? It's really hard to be consistent about everything, but that's the truth. I mean, you have to be consistent about everything, what you eat, what you drink, how you think, right? Here's an important principle I want you guys to get, and I'm going to recommend a book to you too, for those of you guys who read. Those of you guys who don't read, you're a reader now. Just get over it. You need to start reading. The principle is this: people respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Okay, so why is that an important thing? Remember, we're not talking about losing weight, which requires consistency. We're talking about building trust. Trust is built when you're consistent. How many of you guys are parents? Right? Trust is built when you're consistent. Now, but here's the thing I want you to know. There's an extra bonus to this. When you're being consistent, people respect it and desire it for themselves. How many times have you been told that you're such an inspiration to me, what you're doing in your life? Inspiring. What's inspiring is your consistency. And not only does it build trust, but it attracts people to you like a moth to a flame. People want to be with you. They're intrigued by what you're doing. They see you doing hard, consistent things. So it's so important. Okay, I'm going to recommend a book to you guys. It's called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Bob Cialdini. Influence. Just look up Influence. Okay, it's awesome. He even has a TED Talk. Okay, so I made fun of you guys that don't read, but for those of you who don't read, there's a TED Talk. That's your Cliff Notes. You can watch it, right? And he talks about the 6 principles of social persuasion. Such an awesome book for our business, but this principle about consistency he talks about is one of the most important motivating factors for people. It's huge. Okay. So here's the question I have for you guys. I know that you're probably pretty consistent about, posting on social media. Hopefully you're consistent about doing some of the important activities that you need to be doing in your business. But are you as consistent? And I know that you're consistently using your products, right? Absolutely. But are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent with your relationships? What I mean is, are you as consistent about actually staying in touch with all the people you know as you are about posting on social and things like that? Because you need to understand that you paint this beautiful life on social media, But people don't really believe you are inviting them if they've never heard from you. Does that make sense? Like I love what she's doing, but I haven't heard from her since high school. So she doesn't need me. Does that make sense? Why do we think that they're going to go, yeah, I've been watching you for 20 years and I'm so impressed. And now I want to join your team. No, they're just watching. We need to be in touch with them. Okay? Because you guys have heard before that relationship building is a contact sport. Well, you've heard sales is a contact sport. Guess what? I swapped it. Because whenever you think sales, I think relationship building. Just so you know, it's the same thing. Relationship building is a contact sport. It doesn't mean hit them fast and hard. It means you need to be in contact. You have to be in contact with people. You have to be in contact with people. Now, here's an important principle. Make sure you guys write this one down. I know I've been giving you guys a lot of content. I'm going to get to Teamzy in a second. But are you starting to get why this is really kind of cool, how the system is built? I mean, it's really built with a lot of heart. And it's going to make what you do in your business so much more enjoyable to approach it this way. So here's your principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. But Eric, you don't understand. My best friend Jody, we went to high school together. I see her every 10 years, and it's like we've been together every second. We're so close. You're not. You're not close. I mean, spend 8 days with that person. The only way to be close to somebody is to invest time and connect with them. I'm just going to give you one example real quick on this. How many of you guys have ever received like a really great card from somebody, right? And in the card was a heartfelt, thoughtful, handwritten message. Anybody ever get a card like that? Let me ask you another question. After you read that card, did you throw it in the trash can? Or do you guys have like a special place where you keep nice cards like that? How many of you guys have a hard time throwing those away? You probably have a drawer or a box somewhere full of those things. Now, just kind of flip the script for a second. Today you went to the mailbox, there was like 18 pieces of junk mail in there. Maybe a postcard from a local real estate agent wishing you well, maybe a little birthday postcard from the dentist, you know, with the cartoon dog with the toothache, like happy birthday from the Great Smiles Dentistry. Did you guys put those cards when you get those? Do you put them in the special place with the special cards? No, they go right in the trash can, right? They go right in the trash can because they took no time. The card that you opened that moved you represented somebody's most precious thing, their time. They invested time in you. And when they were writing that message, they weren't on Facebook on their phone. They weren't messing around. You know? That time was just for you. And that's why it's so meaningful when you get it. So just remember, investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. So am I saying you need to write people note cards all the time? No, but that should definitely be something you do. You should definitely be writing people cards, especially the consultants on your team. But at the same time, giving people a little time in a message, in a text, I'm thinking about you, I just wanted to make your day, is huge. Okay, and we're going to talk about the make someone's day mindset in a minute. All right, so one last thing is, before we get into this, here's what you guys need. If you want to be successful doing this, you need a system. You got to have a system, right? You need a way that you can stay in contact with all your relationships. You need to know when to contact them. You need to know what you should say to them. And you need to make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Because I know this has happened to you guys, where you've talked to somebody, they've been interested, and then they get to a place where they're like, I'm not ready yet. And then a few months pass, and guess what? They just joined someone else's team. Oh, how many times has that happened? It's brutal. Guess what? You guys planted the seed. You watered it. You poured sunshine on it. And then when it was ready for harvest, you weren't present. Somebody else was. You need a system like Teamzy to help you stay present so that when everybody's ready, you're there. Does that make sense? Okay, so I think that I still have no internet. Let me just check. Let's see if I can launch Zoom. No, I have no internet. Okay, guys. Well, have we had value so far? Okay, great. Let's try to do Teamzy Mobile and see how it goes. Let me just get in here and share my content. No, don't tell me it's unavailable. Hang in there, guys. We'll get it logged in right here. Here we go. Of course, it didn't stay logged in. All right, bear with me. One of the things that I always worked with as a business coach with people is the concept of grace, mercy, and forgiveness. Not from God, but from yourself. Any perfectionists out there like me who hate it when things aren't perfect? That's me. So one of the things that we used to do, there's Teamzy, is we would have people write the words grace, mercy, and forgiveness on a piece of paper, then crumble it in a ball so it was totally crumbled up and ugly, then spread it back out and tape it on their desk so they had to look at it every day. It just makes people crazy. Any perfectionist like me makes you crazy, but it's important because we take ourselves too seriously. And life's too important to take ourselves too seriously because it's never gonna be perfect. Okay, here's Teamzy Mobile. It's gonna look a little different on your computer. And guys, here's the thing I want you to know. I appreciate you guys bearing with me with no internet. We're gonna just go for it. You're gonna go to teamzy.com, www.teamzy.com on your computer and sign up for a free trial. You can actually sign up for a free trial on your phone, but you need a computer to set it up. Okay, you need to set it up on your computer. And I don't know, can I do Setup Wizard on here to show it to you? Let me see, I think I can actually show it to you. All right. It's super easy to set up. We've made this so easy, okay? But I'm gonna show it to you on mobile, but you're gonna actually do the setup on a computer, okay, with me. But then once you set it up, you can do everything mobile for those of you guys who are like me who live on your phone. So the Setup Wizard just takes you through, and there's a few things we're gonna do here. We're gonna set an income goal. We're gonna create a powerful why, and we're gonna get your contacts imported. And there's little videos on each page that kind of take you through it, okay? Great. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set an income goal. That's the first thing we're gonna do. And you just pick a number, right? Pick a number. And this is the income that the income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now. So I put 150,000 and put a number in. Now, if you're already making, you know, incredible money, what I want you to do is put in the income that you're going to create, like the new business you'll create over the next 12 months. Okay. All right. Through recruiting and through your own sales. So put that number in. And then what Teamzy will do is, this is not a guaranteed income situation, but Teamzy is going to give you a recommendation of the amount of activity you need to be doing on a daily basis to get in that ballpark. Does that make sense? Okay, so we'll go to the next page. And it's telling me that in order to get to this number, I need to connect with 4,348 people in the next 12 months. Okay, 4,348. And I don't know if you guys have ever talked to 4,300 people in a year. It seems like a lot of people, right? But if you were to eat an elephant, how do you do it? You guys know the answer to this one? If you were to eat an elephant, how would you do it? You do it one bite at a time, right? So I'm gonna go to the next page, and the next page actually gives me a breakdown. It breaks it down for me into bite-sized chunks. First, it takes it into my three main groups, which are prospects, customers, and consultants, right? So those should be pretty self-explanatory. And then it's gonna break it down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. So it's giving me a recommendation. It's saying I should connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 customers a day, and 4 consultants on my team. Some of you guys are like, why is he connecting with his customers and consultants? I'll explain that as we go, but it's just as important as prospects to building your business. Okay, and then we're gonna also set our invite and ad goals. Daily invites and daily ads. So we set you up with a minimum of 3. You can change any of these numbers, by the way, guys. You can type in anything you want and change the numbers, okay? Invites are when people show interest and we're inviting them to learn more about the business, okay? And then an ad is a new person to our list. Okay, so we'll go to the next page. The next page is about, so when you set those goals, just want to let you guys know, you set those goals, and when you hit continue, it configures your Teamzy dashboard to your goals, which is pretty cool. So every day you'll go in and you'll know exactly what you need to do that day to get to move towards that big goal. Okay, the next piece is finding your why. Finding your why. And I wish I could look you guys in the face, but I really don't want to have to log back into Teamzy again. You guys saw how annoying that was. So you're just going to have to listen to my voice on this. But this is so important. It's so important, you guys. You need to understand that in this industry, 1 out of every 2 people will quit within the first year. Right? And that's going to include some of the people on this call, unfortunately. And it's really, you know, people wonder, well, I wonder why that is. It's such a great opportunity, you know, and the company's growing like crazy. Like, why do people quit? And here's what I will tell you guys. We are all quitters. We are all quitters. We have all quit so many more things than we've persevered through in our lives. Why is it that sometimes we persevere and become successful, and why is it other times we quit? I'll tell you why. When you persevere, it's because you have a reason to. And if you don't have a strong enough reason to, you'll quit. If you are here because you want to make 500 extra bucks a month, that's not big enough. You're going to quit. Right? Are you guys with me? Now, I know you guys have probably heard your team talk about whys and things like that, but you don't really know how to do it. How do you do it? Well, here's the thing we're going to do for you guys. Right here in the Teamzy setup, we've created a journaling exercise that helps you find your why. It's real simple. You just go through and answer these questions, and I'll go through it real quick and kind of share my story with you guys as we go. Okay? Your story obviously will be different, but just kind of how it worked for me. The first question is, why did you become a consultant? Why? Why are you doing this? So for me, I had used the products and had a physical transformation. People were asking me about it. So I was like, oh, I should. My wife said, you should just be a distributor and make some money off of all those people asking you about it. So that's why I did it. Real deep, right? Next question, what did you hope to accomplish? Well, I started out and thought, if I can make 500 bucks a month, that'd be great. That's what I hope to accomplish. Great. Why is that important to you? So they get a little deeper, each one. And so when I was asked this question, why is it important to you making 500 bucks a month? Well, it's important to me because we had gone through a difficult time through the recession. And I'm sure we weren't alone, right? Just about everybody did. But being in the real estate industry, that industry just got destroyed. And the people I relied on to pay me lost 85% of their income. So it was tough. I was laid off a couple of times, and we made it through. By the grace of God, we made it through, but we weren't able to save a penny for like 8 years. So 500 bucks a month, that would be cool. We'd be able to save some money. So what would achieving this mean for you and your family? My first thought when I read that question was, well, maybe we could buy a new house. I mean, we have a house, but we have 4 kids now and a 100-pound dog. Like, we need more room. We have a small house. I thought it would be great if we could buy a new house. You guys with me so far? So you can see, like, it's grown a little bit. It's still not very deep. Then I get to this last question. Why is that meaningful? Why is buying a house meaningful? How does this make you feel? And I'll be honest with you guys, I got a little frustrated here, and I thought, why am I doing this like hippie self whatever, analyzing my belly button lint process here? But as I really started thinking about it, I was like, you know, having a new house isn't really that important. Why did I come up with that? And I realized that the house was symbolic. It was symbolic. It was that I needed a new beginning for my family. See, I was constantly working. I never saw my kids. I saw them for 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. I barely ever got to spend time with my wife. And I was unhealthy because I was constantly traveling and eating poorly and not getting to work out consistently. And like I told you, we just weren't getting ahead financially. I was stuck in a rut. I didn't need a new house. I needed a new life. Does that make sense? So I came up with my why statement. And in this last box, after you've answered these questions and it's kind of helped you think about it, you're going to create your why statement. My why statement was this: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. That became my why statement. And you guys will see it as the default lead-in text on yours. Put your own statement in this box and save it. Hit continue, and it will show up on your dashboard every day for you to look at. Now, I want to just share one thing about this, my why. This was my motivator when I wrote this. I was able to leave my corporate career within 3 months and focus on my business. And we haven't looked back. It's been amazing. But I will just tell this with you guys. 12 months later, this why is actually describes my life. So it's time for me to go through this process with you guys and go a little bit deeper. Okay, so I'm gonna hit continue. So then once you get through that, let me just make sure I don't have internet. No, I still don't. Wow, this is so exciting. We're doing the whole thing on the phone. The next step is you're gonna import some contacts. So you're gonna get your contacts in from Pulse, right? And there's a video there that explains it. And then you're gonna get your Facebook friends in here. The whole list is so cool. Now you're not gonna be going through your Facebook messages trying to figure out who to connect with. You are going to be, you're gonna have a list and it's gonna be organized and you can go through everybody. It's so cool. Okay, and then anywhere else that you have people, you know, if you're using another CRM, if you wanna get your contacts from Gmail, whatever, you can get all those in as a CSV into Teamzy. There's instructions on how to do all those, okay? So once you get everybody imported, and I'm gonna skip this, see it's telling me I need a desktop to do this part. I'm gonna skip that, okay. So there's one more step that you're gonna do on setup, and that's ranking everybody. And you'll see that everybody has a rank, right? So if I go to like Maggie, for example, you see that she's a 3-star. So you're gonna rank people 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, whatever the case may be. You're just gonna go through your list and just give them a rank. And here's what the ranks mean. A 5-star, this is somebody who is most likely to join your team or most likely to become a customer. Okay, they're your 5 stars, or they're people that are on your team already that are total rock stars. Those people are gonna come up on your list to connect with every single month. Okay, a 4-star person, there's somebody who's likely to join your team or become a customer with a little nurturing, right? Or there's somebody who is a solid performer on your team. They're gonna show up on your dashboard just to connect with and say, hey, every 2 months. 3 stars are going to come up every 3 months, and everybody starts as a 3-star because a 3-star can go either way, right? They're just people that down the road might join the team or not. You don't know yet. There are 3 stars that come up every 3 months. 2-star people come up every 4 months. They're getting a little bit colder, right? And 1-star, they're on your list, but they'll never show up on your dashboard. So that's why we rank them. We rank them because you need to spend the most time with the best people. And if you prioritize your relationships, Teamzy will prioritize your time for you. All right, so now we're all set up. We're gonna look at our dashboard. This is the mobile version, so it's a little bit abbreviated. You're gonna see some more stuff than this on the actual desktop version. But we can see enough here to get into this. So I've got my 3 groups, my prospects, my customers, and my consultants. And what I'm gonna wanna do now is connect with them. So if I look at who's up next, it actually tells me who to connect with next. On my prospects list is Maggie. On my customers list, let it load for a second here. So I've got different lists, my customers, my consultants, my follow-ups. Okay. And those lists just take a second to load. I'm on my cell phone talking to like however many of you guys are here. Okay. So on my up next list, yeah, great, cool. 11 wheels, so much fun. The other thing that's on your dashboard are your dailies, the things that you need to do every day. Post on social, post that you've done some personal development work, that you're using your products in the morning and the evening. Okay, so first person on my list is Maggie. So I'm gonna connect with her, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually going to connect with her and I'm gonna go in, I would use Facebook. And I don't know if I can toggle back and forth on this app, but I would toggle over to my Facebook Messenger and I would send Maggie a message. Okay, and what's really cool is we have all these cool scripts in Teamzy that you can use. In fact, let me look her up so I can show you that. There she is. So I'm going to show you these scripts. So when I'm on her record and I want to check out this thing. So if I don't know what I'm going to say to her, I click that and I want to do a Facebook message. Hopefully you guys can see all that. And then I can pick one of these scripts. Just real simple scripts. Remember, we're connecting to make their day. The goal of a connect is to make someone's day. It's not to get a sale or recruit them. It's just to make their day. And we want to start a conversation. So I might use something like this. Hi, Jane, just stopping by. Or actually, Maggie, I changed the name. Hi, Maggie, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. okay? And then I'll copy that and I'll go paste it into Facebook and I'll send her a message, okay? And so then what I'll do is, let me go back to my dashboard. It's a little convoluted the way I'm demonstrating it. I'm sorry, guys. On my phone, especially because my internet, my LTE is now running super slow. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll come in here to the dashboard. I'm gonna actually record that I sent that message. I just paste it super fast, just, you know, with your thumbs. It was a Facebook message, right? And I'm gonna complete it. Okay, so when I complete it, now Maggie's off my list, Mina's the next one. She's moved off my list. Now, if I scroll up here, I'll show you, see there's a 1 in that circle. So I've got 1 towards my goal done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go down my list. I'm gonna send a message to Mina, then to Ram, then to Mandy. Okay, I'm just gonna message them. I'm not worried right now if they're gonna respond. I'm just gonna crank them out. And when I'm all done with my projects, I'll toggle over to my customers and I'll message Barb, right? I'll go message Barb and there's scripts for customers in there and there's scripts for everybody, but I'm just gonna message her. I wanna make her day. And here's the thing I want you guys to know about customers. Customers are a gold mine for you. If you have people that are using the products already, are you kidding me? Did you guys know that the hottest source of a new lead is a current customer? The absolute hottest source of a new lead is a current customer. They're already walking around. People are noticing the difference. They're walking around. They're talking about it all the time. You need to be prepared to be in touch with them so that you can help them bring all those people to the business. And the cool thing about that too is when they do bring people to the business, you can build it around them and you end up creating a great consultant business for them. Does that make sense? So you need to be reaching out to customers. Also, when you're staying with customers, when you're staying in contact with them, they're more likely to continue using the products. They're more likely to order more products as well. So it's good all around for the business. It's good service too. But when you're reaching out to those people, you need to ask them, hey, if you know, do you know anybody who might be interested in learning more about these products? Have you been talking to anybody? And when they say yes, you just ask them, can you please just introduce me to them, like on a group text? And I'll get them information. Make sure you get introduced. That's the #1 way to duplicate your current customers. Okay, get introduced. And I saw a chat pop up. Someone asked, does it message directly from the interface? No, you have to go to Facebook and send the message. And I wasn't able to demonstrate that to you right now because I'm in the Zoom app and it's not letting me jump around my phone like normal. But you do have to use, like, if you're going to text somebody, you got to text them through your phone. If you're going to Facebook message them, you got to send it through Facebook. You just record it all in Teamzy, okay? We would love to integrate those together for you, but it's just those apps don't let you do it. I mean, Facebook won't let anybody send messages for them anymore. They've banned everybody. They did it about 18 months ago. They changed their API security. Okay, so when I go through all my customers, now I'm going to go to consultants on my team. I'm going to reach out and make their day. I'm gonna every day send messages. Hey girl, how you doing? I hope you're having an awesome day. Is there anything I could do to make your day today? I'm gonna send those messages. And I'm telling you guys right now, if your goal was to connect with 20 people, you can do it in 30 minutes. You can do it in 30 minutes. Now, what's really cool about this is you send out 20 messages, you can expect to get about 10 responses every day. You're creating conversations. You are creating conversations. Some of those conversations won't go very far. It'll be like, thank you, it's so great to hear from you, hope you're well too, end. But as you ask questions and engage, some of those conversations will go on and on and on, and you will be able to lead them back to your business. And when they're interested in learning more about the business, that is when we turn them into an invite. Okay, so let me show you how that works. So let's say I was looking up, I'll look up Maggie again, right? Remember we sent Maggie a message? And so now let's just say that Maggie and I have had a bunch of conversations and she really was interested, and she wants more information about the business. So I'm gonna go to Maggie, and this time when I do a connect, it's actually gonna be an invite, and I'm not gonna get into the connect. We'll just kind of give you some whatever, some text. All right, and let's say it was an email this time. Now I'm gonna click this little invite button. Now check this out, you guys. Now I've got some things I can choose. Am I sending her an invite to the solution tool, a 3-way call, consultation, an event, a BBL, an opportunity call? Pretty cool, right? Let's say it's a 3-way call. Great. So now, before I log this connect, and I had this conversation and now I'm setting her up for a 3-way call, now I need to set my follow-up, okay? Because now that she's shown interest and I'm sending her an invite, I'm gonna log this now. See, now my communication with Maggie is different. I'm not just connecting with her now, she's actually interested, I'm inviting her to something, and now I need to follow up like a pro, right? So let's say it's coming up and I wanna follow up the day after we have the call and make sure that I get her on to the next thing. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log this connect, and it logs it as an invite, okay? So when I'm back on my dashboard, check this out, you guys. Now, you can see I got one invite. But now when I go to my follow-up list, she's there. See how she's on my follow-up list now? Now, she's not gonna come back on my prospect list for 3 months because she's a 3. But now she's on my follow-up list, and I'm gonna keep her there until she converts. Now, here's one thing I want you guys to know about following up. Did you know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Are you guys following up 10 times? Typically. Most people say no to that for 2 reasons. One, they just don't have a system that keeps them on top of a follow-up like that. They just lose them after a while. The other reason is people feel like they're nagging people. They don't want to be that person. But here's the thing I want you guys to understand. If somebody comes to you for help, and you've had a great conversation about how you can help them and they're interested, at this point, following up with them is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. And not following up, failing to follow up with them, is communicating with them that you just don't care enough about them to do it. So you need to get over yourself and those weird feelings that you're bugging them, and remember that following up with them is loving them. So how do you follow up 10 times? Here's the cool thing I want you guys to know. We actually put 10 follow-up scripts in there for you. So you can go in and just 10 times. But I'm gonna follow up with her on Thursday, right? And I'm gonna do my follow-up, and I'm gonna set my next follow-up every time. I'm gonna set the next one. Every time I connect with her, I'm gonna set the next follow-up. I'm gonna keep her on my follow-up list until I followed up with her at least 10 times, right? And what's gonna happen, what is going to happen is she is probably not going to respond to the first 5 or 6 follow-ups. Does that ever happen to you guys? Like, you're like, why? They just ghost. I think somebody call it ghosting. They ghost on you. But what happens is, like, the 6th time, they go, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you for staying on top of me. I really appreciate it. And then they give you all the excuses they've come up with over the past week for not doing it. And it's like, no worries, I'm here for you. I am here to support you. When you are ready, I am here, but I told you I would help you, and I am not gonna back away from that. I'm going to help you. I'm gonna follow through on my word with you. Does that make sense? So then what we do at the very end is, when Maggie now has joined my team and become a consultant, I'll be able to go in here to details, like, where is it on, let me go to our contact. I'm going to come to her contact record, right? After we've talked and have followed up, and she's now bought her enrollment kit and she's like part of my team. I'm going to go and I'm going to log this sale. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to close this circle. It's like the circle of life in Lion King, except happy. I'm going to log that it was an enrollment kit. And I'm going to save that. And that's just for my stats. So I know, like, how many contacts it takes for me to recruit somebody to get them on my team. And now I'm going to move her. See if she's prospect. I'm going to move her to consultant. Now she's moved over on my team. She's personally sponsored. Boom. Done. It's like the full circle. So that's how you do it on my tiny iPhone screen. Of course, when you're on your desktop, you're going to have a little more space to move around. But that's basically how it works. We connect with people every day to create conversations, which is so much fun. And our goal is to make their day. Then out of those conversations come opportunities to share the business. Those opportunities we call invites. We invite them. Then when we've invited people to the business, from those people, we are going to follow up like a pro. Okay, we're going to follow up like a pro, and we're going to follow them all the way through until they're on our team. And then when they're on our team, we're going to continue to stay in touch with them to build that relationship, right? And then the other big thing that we do every day is we're out in the world, we're out in social media, we're meeting new people and adding them to our list, because your Teamzy list is like a reservoir. It's like a beautiful ocean. You need fresh water coming in or everything stagnates and dies. Does that make sense? You got to be constantly adding new people to your list. But that in a nutshell is what you do. And you can do everything I showed you guys in like 30 minutes a day. In like 30 minutes a day. So I never did get my internet service back. Did I? Oh, I did. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can jump in here for the last second. Then I can answer questions that way. You guys, hey, you guys see me over here? Okay. I'm on the big screen. How exciting. Okay, great. Can you hear me? Join audio by computer. Okay. Let me end this.
Hey, Eric. Eric, we can't hear you.
Man, I was on a roll there too. I'm just like clicking things, having fun. It's all good. It's all good. Sorry, guys. I was just saying that I was just showing you what it looks like on a desktop. I'm just kind of pointing out some of the features I showed you on the phone. Obviously, the phone has to squish the screens for you. So if you're on your computer, you've got a little bit, you can kind of flow a little bit easier. So what I would do, for example, with Maggie is I would get her script here. Right? So I would just hit this copy script. And then I would go to Facebook and I would just look her up. Okay, so I would just go to Maggie, I would hit message, and I would just paste it in there and send it. Okay, that's how I do it. Then I would just go back to Teamzy, just toggle back and forth, boom, 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 super fast. Okay, does that make sense? But it's just way more organized than trying to do that in your Facebook page. Keeps it all for you guys. Okay, do you guys have questions for me? Because I know I've been talking a really long time. We covered a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll unmute yourself if you want to ask a question.
I'm going to give you guys some action steps. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm going to show you the last screen of my presentation that you never got to see, that I had to read to you guys. First one you need to do is go get your free trial. Go to teamzy.com, get a 30-day free trial if you're not already done that. It's 30 days free. You don't need to give a credit card or anything. You could say that your name is Mickey Mouse and your email address is disneyland.com. I don't care. However, don't do that because you're gonna miss out on all our cool emails that we're gonna send you. But you can go do a 30-day free trial, okay? Use it for free for 30 days. You're gonna love it. That's why we do it. That's why we give you 30 days to use it. Here's the other thing I want you to do during your free trial. Get a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. Okay, if you don't have a success partner, have you guys noticed that like the successful people in this business always have a success partner? How many of you guys have noticed that? Peggy, I know you have one, right? Or two or three. So I'm not saying you need to go pick the one for the rest of your business, but get a 30-day success partner. Somebody on the team say, hey, let's do this together. Hold each other accountable. At the end of each day, take a screenshot of your completed Teamzy screen and text it to your partner. Do it at like 9 o'clock at night and make them get out of bed and do their contacts. Okay, and then the last action step is I want to give you guys a 5-day challenge. 5-day challenge. Connect with 100 people in 5 days. Now, I've already showed you that you can do, that's 20 people a day, and you can do that in 30 minutes. Okay? But I want you to do it 5 days in a row. 5 days in a row, just so you can see how that momentum compounds and just feel the excitement of it. So make sure that your 30-day success partner is ready to do the 5-day challenge with you. Make sense? You guys do those things. See, I'm not asking you for credit cards or anything like that. I just want you to go use it, get some success from it, and then, you know, signing up for it will be a no-brainer. All right. Sound good? That's crazy. Hey, I could now say that I did an entire meeting with no internet.
We let you practice on us.
Was it okay?
It was great. Thank you.
So it worked okay still? All right, good, because I didn't know. We've been having a lot of technical issues lately. We had a webinar tonight for a Rodan Fields webinar tonight. 900 people registered for it. We had one last week and it didn't work. And I guess y'all crash the internet a lot as a group. Yeah. And I got a text in the middle of our presentation that they were having trouble with it again. So hopefully that one went off okay. But I'm grateful for the opportunity to be with you guys tonight. Thank you for powering through the whole thing through my little iPhone screen.
Thank you so much. A quick question. How are you using Teamzy for your power hour?
How am I using it, or how?
How do you, I mean, just so everyone else can hear, how do you teach on using Teamzy for the power hour, you know, as a whole?
So, okay. You're going to have, I mean, you guys have a list of things that you do in your power hour, right? But reach outs and follow-ups has got to be the most important part. So that's what you're going to use Teamzy for. And that's the part that matters the most. Because remember, we talked about lead generation business. That's the lead generating business. So what you guys are going to do, and let me just show you again, because I did it on my phone. It wasn't as clear. But when you come in here, wait, did I share my screen? Yeah, you guys see Teamzy right now?
Yes.
Okay. When you come into this up next, what I want you to do is you go down this prospects list and connect with, like in my case, it's 9 people. I'm going to connect with 9 people, boom, 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 boom. Then I'm going to move to my customers list, and this is my power hour. Then I'm going to connect with my customers. Then I'm going to go to my consultants list, and I'm going to send messages, personal messages to the people on this list. Whoever's up next, it's just going to keep cycling through my list. Then when I'm done with all those, I'm going to go to my follow-ups list, and I'm going to continue following up with everybody who I've invited over the past however many weeks that I'm still following up with. They're going to stay on my follow-ups list. So now I'm going to go through. So I'm connecting with people, like 20 people, to create new conversations. Then I'm going to go to my follow-ups and follow up with them. And that is like your 30 minutes of Teamzy. And if that's all you guys do, and you don't have to go track it afterwards, it's automatically tracked in here.
Right.
Does that make sense? Then you'll still have 30 minutes in your power hour where you can go post on social media. You can go find new people to add to your list, right? And the different other things that you guys have them doing on their power hours. That would be the other thing though that I think would be the most important, would be to get your social media posts out there and to be, reaching out. However you meet people, whether you're joining groups on Facebook, however you're out there on Instagram, meeting people, connecting with people, you'd want to get those new people connecting with new people, putting them on your list and starting them in the system. That makes sense?
Right. Does anyone else have any questions?
All right. You can message me after you've done your 5-day challenge and tell me how awesome it was.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome night. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.